Hi guys, welcome sleepies. So today I thought I'd make a video in nature, a little nature ASMR video. I climbed this hill and I'm just taking a rest here at the top, and I thought, hey, this might make a nice video. I went on this trail back in April for the first time, and it was a little prettier because it was in spring after some rain and the hills were all green, but this is still nice. You might hear the wind, but hopefully that can be relaxing for you. You might hear some traffic over there, and there might be an airplane or helicopter go overhead. And you also might hear some gunshots, so sorry about that. This is a hunting wildlife area, so let's hope I don't get shot. That would suck. But it's been a while since I've just been able to be in nature, or even work out for that case. They might be closing down the gyms again where I live. So I thought, hey, this is a perfect weekend. We have nice weather. Let's go on a hike, and here I am. There's a nice boulder right in front of me. Got my little hiking shoes on. Let's see if I can make some ASMR noises for you guys. Excuse me while I try to get off this other boulder that I'm sitting on. Okay. Maybe some tapping noises. Just touching the straw. Nothing compares to God's creation. And I believe that when we go too long without it, we start to increase symptoms of anxiety and depression. And it's so amazing how just what sitting in nature and basking in God's glory can do to our souls. It can be so refreshing. I know not everyone is a huge fan of nature, but I mean, I am, so it's hard for me to relate to those people sometimes. It's like, how can you not love all of this? But I understand there might be fears associated with nature for some people. Some people maybe weren't outside a lot growing up, so it's not something that's familiar to them as it is to me. But I feel so close to God in nature. Like I said, it's like a reset on my soul. And the troubles of the world just seem so small in comparison. There's so many places I would like to go, places I'd like to see. And everything going on this year has made that a little more challenging. But it's still possible. Even in my state alone, there's just so much beauty to be seen. Can you guys hear the birds in the background? Well, I hope you guys find this relaxing. I've seen other ASMR artists do this, and I've always found it relaxing, so I figured why not make my own video doing something similar. I wish I had a stand or something that I could carry my phone better, but we can make do with this, right? This is probably going to be pretty random. But nonetheless, I hope it's relaxing. I love when the breeze blows. It's always been a sign and a reminder to me of God's presence. When I'm feeling far from God and I feel a breeze blow against my skin, I feel content and I smile a little because I'm reminded that God's always near. And I know that might sound cheesy to some people, but hey, it works for me. Let's see if this makes a nice noise. The crunching. I don't know. The nice thing about going this time of the year is the trails are desolate. They're almost completely empty. I've only seen a few people so far, and last time there was a bunch of people. But it was right after the first shutdown started, so I think everyone was restless, and everyone like myself just needed to get out and go into nature. I think things have obviously slowed down since then. But even though the hills aren't as pretty right now, it's still so beautiful, and the weather is perfect this weekend, so I'm actually surprised there aren't more people here. I don't want you guys to see my shadow. But I kind of want you to hear me as I walk, because I'm thinking that could be relaxing. I don't know. Let me just do it this way first. So, you guys are on one of my adventures. I almost said my name. One of these days I'll just tell you guys my name. I don't think it really will make much of a difference, but it's kind of fun keeping it anonymous for now. I hope I don't run into a wild animal out here. I mean, a big one, at least. I don't know if it's the wisest thing to be hiking mountains on my own, but nonetheless, here I am. I just trust that Jesus will protect me. And I also know it's kind of morbid, but if I die, I die. Yeah. I don't know, that is kind of morbid, huh? I just don't want to ever live my life in fear. Of course, there's some things that I fear and that I'm scared of, but it more so has to do with the emotional sense and my emotional safety rather than my physical safety. And maybe I'm just naive because God's always protected me. There have been many times in my life, not drastic or anything, but where I definitely could have been severely harmed or even died. I'm sure most of us have some experiences like that, unless we, live inside our whole lives and never get out. But that type of life just doesn't seem appealing to me. I'd rather risk and grow and learn and live than stay inside safe and sound, yet not really living. And I think that's become a lot more easier for people to do these days with technology and video games and TV and social media and whatever else, but I don't know. I personally need a break from all of that. I wish it didn't exist. However, it does make things a lot more easier. I will admit that. For example, I got a new mattress and I needed to get rid of my old one because I live alone and it's too heavy for me to carry out by myself. So I put it, oh, there's an airplane. Can you guys see it? Barely. Anyway, I needed to sell my mattress, and so I put it on OfferUp, and although I was getting ghosted a lot, people weren't following through, someone eventually crossed the border of Mexico and came and got it, so that was nice, and that wouldn't have happened if it weren't for OfferUp. I suppose I could have just got the handyman from my apartment to help me take it outside to the dumpster, but why not give it to someone who I know is gonna use it? So yeah, things like that, staying connected to people that live out of state, that would have been extremely difficult to do without technology, although we would have maybe been forced to write letters to each other, and I have an old soul and I've always been so fond of writing letters, so I actually would have preferred that. It wouldn't make me as obsessive and check my phone every 2 seconds. Not that I do that, right? But I've found myself in that pattern sometimes. If I really like someone and I'm anxiously awaiting their response, I just don't like what that does to us. People... some birds. People are entitled to live their lives and they don't need to be accountable to someone else 24/7. I mean, if you have a family or if you're married, that's one thing, but when you're dating, it's like so much of our freedom has been taken away because we're just suspected to text back right away. And if we don't, the other person starts to get worried or jealous or overthinks the reason why they're not responding. And what if they're busy? What if they're on a hike like I am right now and I just want to disconnect? What if they're with a friend and they prefer to be present with that friend or family member? There's just so many things that I dislike about where we are today in 2020, but it is what it is, right? We have to make the most of it. I also don't just want to focus on the negative and complain, because there's definitely a lot of good that's come from this year, such as me moving. Let's see if the sunlight picks up on the glitter. Such as me moving to San Diego, meeting some new people, discovering some new beautiful places such as this, continuing to grow in my relationship with God, learning how to be content and being alone, because we're not ever truly alone, right? We always have Jesus. Starting a new job. So good. They felt scary, but I can definitely see the reasons for them now. Letting go of people and allowing myself to keep them in the past. That's been an ongoing struggle for me, but I believe God is continuing to help me with it. And it's only when I'm alone in my apartment, really, that I notice being alone. You know, when I'm out, I mean, I shouldn't say that, there's other times too, of course, but when I'm out here in nature, Yeah, that's the furthest thing on my mind. I love being on my own with just Jesus and taking in God's creation. And someday I hope to share this with a partner and with my adventure cat, which is a whole nother subject. I don't have her yet, but I will soon. Well, not soon, in the spring I'm hoping, but I don't know. I don't know where I was going with this, but I'm also kind of stuck on this boulder right now, so hopefully I can get down without having... Okay, there we go. You know, I don't ever really edit my videos. I try to get it all in the first shot, so I also have to be extra careful with what I do. But I'm also okay with my videos not coming out perfect, which I've mentioned a few times. I don't think you guys care too much either. They might not be as relaxing as others, but I'm hoping you guys appreciate the genuine and realness of my videos, because that's what they are. Especially these Ramble ones. They're essentially my little diary entries, I guess you could say. So, I mean, of course I don't share my deep, dark, personal matters of my heart, but I do share what's going on in my life, and I'm honored that some of you guys find that interesting. I personally find those type of videos interesting too, because people are interesting. Everyone's different, and it's cool to experience how others think and feel. Alright, well, this isn't going to be a super long video. You can hear some people down there. I'm probably gonna go now. But thank you for being with me. God bless.